Hello again, my dear students. I am delighted to be back to present another lesson for you, my dears. And guys, as you all know, we finished reading 1, okay, and the exercises are relating to reading 1. Now we are, on page 108. Okay, as you know, we studied the new words which are used in the second text. Now we are going to, read the second text. As you know, my dears, before reading a text or studying a text, so we have two important sections to do before going to the text. And one of them is, my apologies, one of them is the preview. How to preview the text, okay? So you skim. Preview is like scanning. You skim or scan it and answer the required question. Which paragraph gives you an example of an actual family business? Which paragraph of these? Okay, look at the paragraphs quickly and you will know. Okay, it just needs a little bit of of your smartness, and which I believe you all have. Okay, so no problem there. In the second section is your quick write. In the quick write, it says, what problems might owners of a family business face? Okay, use your opinion. Use your opinion and write 2 or 3 sentences for this one, because you need it for your unit assignment. Okay, now let's go to the text. My dears, this is about the challenges of running a family business, and we also have an example of a family, okay, who lost their business and their company, okay, due to some problems, some reasons, okay, because of some reasons which we are going to study them one by one. And in the beginning, my dears, paragraph 1, it says, in the United States, families own about 85% of all businesses. Families own about 85% of all businesses. However, less than 30% of these companies last more than 20 years. So only 30% survive, until 20 years. The companies fail and the owners can't pass down the family businesses to their sons and daughters, to the next generation. Why is it so difficult for family businesses to survive? Okay, this is the question. This is the question of this article. Why is it so difficult to save a family business, to keep it, running, to keep it going, okay, for a very long time? Okay, what is the reason? Why is this difficult? Okay, and paragraph 2, it says, one reason may be changing times. 50 years ago, many families owned local grocery stores. But today, small family-owned stores cannot compete with large supermarket chains. So that is one reason. And nowadays, so we have supermarket chains. Supermarket that they have, branch in, each city of a country, okay? Or in each neighborhood of a city. Okay, today most mom and pop stores are a thing of the past. Mom and pop stores, guys. This talks about a business that is owned by a family or an individual. And when something is a thing of the past, so that means it was in the past. We no longer have that. The way of life is another challenge in a family business. So way of life is another, challenge. A successful company requires hard work and long hours. Younger generations may not want this lifestyle, okay, working for long hours. They may want more freedom. In addition, sons and daughters may not have the same enthusiasm for the business as their parents. Okay? A successful family business depends on the family's strengths and talents. Okay? So it depends on these two. However, the families also bring their, weaknesses and personal problems to the workplace. Many families do not communicate well. There isn't a good relationship between, the members. They are not good at solving problems together. These challenges often cause businesses to fail. According to Professor Randall Carlog, these problems are common. He says, being part of a family is very difficult. Being part of a family business is even more difficult. Love is important in a family, but love is not enough to run a family business. Okay, this is his opinion. This is professor's opinion. The business must achieve financial success. Okay, so financially the business must be successful. It must be, making money. The Bancroft family, this is an example of, a family, is an interesting example. For 105 years, the Bancroft family owned the Wall Street Journal. It's one of the most famous newspapers in the United States. But there were many family problems. For example, they didn't communicate well, the members of Bancroft, family. They disagreed about many things. One person said that they couldn't even agree on where to go for lunch even. The younger family members wanted the business to be more profitable. When a business is profitable, meaning it's making money. The older members thought the quality of the paper was more important than making money. Okay. In addition, the family let people outside of the family, the family manage the newspaper. They didn't take part in many important decisions. Finally, in 2007, all 33 of Bancroft family owners agreed to sell the company. Although the business had lasted several generations, the Bancroft eventually had to sell the company because they didn't manage it well. They couldn't manage it well. In the end, many of the family relationships, suffered. Many families dream of passing down their businesses to the next generation, but this requires careful planning and preparation. Good management is a key to success. Managing well. All employees, especially family members, need to have clear responsibilities. So each person in a family business, they have to know what is their responsibility. For example, my job is to clean the dishes. Okay, another person's job, my brother's job, is to count the money. Okay, money manager, for example. Family business owners need to think about how decisions are made. Also, they should be realistic about the dreams and goals of the younger generation. Okay, so they should be realistic, not something dreamy and imaginative, okay, which is impossible to be achieved. Family businesses can be successful because of strong family ties, strong connection between family members. But to succeed for more than one generation, families need to manage their businesses carefully. That is the secret. They need to manage their businesses carefully. So there you go, my dears. That is the article, the text, and we will have following questions about the text to check our understanding about the article. For example, here on page 110, we have activity B. Okay, my dears, now we have activity B. Here, as you know, we have true and false activity. So here, if this statement is true, you write, T. If it is false, you write F, and then you correct it. For example, I corrected the first two, and I will leave the other ones for you. Number one, it says 50% of family businesses are passed down to the next generation. So this isn't true. This is false. Family businesses can't be passed down from one generation to another generation. Okay, most businesses are like this. Not all of them, but most of them are like this. Okay, this is my opinion. If this is wrong, guys, you can, use your opinion and write down a, more correct answer. And for number two, most family businesses change and adjust to new ideas and products. That isn't true. Okay, not many family businesses change and adjust to new products and ideas. Okay, some of them use the same old ideas, and they continue to manufacture, they continue to produce the same products. Okay, so that isn't true based on my understanding of the text. And the other ones are for you. In activity C, my dears, we have what? You go back to the text, you go to paragraph 1. Okay, that's important. There, you can find this information in paragraph 1. Okay, and you fill out these, blanks. For example, in the United States, families own about 85% of all businesses. Okay, and I'm sure you can find the other ones. My dears, when you go to page 111, you see what? It says write each phrase from the box in the correct section of the pie chart. This is a pie chart. Okay, it's like a pie. Okay, like a cake. Pie cake. My dears, so do you see these blanks? These are made for you to write down these phrases, on these. I did one of them, actually two. 85% is family-owned businesses, and 30% is family-owned businesses that last more than 20 years. Okay, see if you can, fill, those two other blanks. Once you are done with that, I want you to go to activity D, and this time, okay, it says write 2 reasons, about why do family businesses fail. Okay, what is the reason? So we talked about, some reasons here in the article. Write only two of them. Okay, reason number 1, reason number 2. For example, one reason is they do not communicate well. There's not a strong, family tie between the members of a, family in a family business, for example. Okay, there you go. That's an example. Then, guys, we go to, our write what you think section, this section. And here we have what? We have 2 questions. And we have to find, answers of these 2 questions. But we have to use our opinion, okay? Use your mind, use your opinion. There's no right and wrong here. But you have to write a fair and reasonable answer, okay? For example, it says, what are some advantages to working in the same business with your family? What are some disadvantages? For example, I want you to make a chart like this, a T chart. And on, one side, write down the advantages of a family business, of working in a family business. And on the other side, write down the disadvantages of, working in a family business. There you go. That's your job. Okay? And the second question, okay, why do you think most small businesses fail in the first few years? Okay, for example, you see someone opens up a grocery store, okay, in a neighborhood in Suleimania. In a few years, 2 or 3 or 4, 5 years, okay, this business fails. Why do you think, this happens? Do you think it is the influence it is the influence of bigger and larger supermarket, chains? Or do you think there's a competition between, the stores and the stores of, different neighborhoods of, Suleimania, inside the city? Okay, so use your mind and tell me two or three, reasons. 2 or 3 reasons, okay? Why does this happen, in your opinion? Why? Once you are done with that, you come here, okay? But this time you choose one question to answer, okay? I will explain both of them, then you can choose, one of them. Look at number 1. What are the keys to making a family business successful? So the first thing is having a very strong, family connection. The second thing is each family member, should know their own responsibility. And the third, for example, key that is, important in managing a family business is, each member should be, cooperative and helpful. These are, in my opinion, I can make up like 4 to 5, key important points for a successful business. The second question, it says, what differences do you see in the 3 family businesses? Okay, we studied, I want you to focus only on the Ann's restaurants and the Bancroft's newspaper. Only focus on these 2. Okay, why do you think the Ann family, okay, they own the restaurant? If you remember from article 1, from reading 1, they own the restaurant. And in this article, the Bancroft family, they own a newspaper. Okay, why do you think the Ann family, they were more successful than the Bancroft family in their business? And Bancroft family finally had to sell their business. Why do you think this happened? For what reason? Okay, see if you can collect 2 or 3 reasonable points for, Bancroft's failure and success. You can also use a T-chart as well. Okay, guys, I need the answers of these questions on a separate piece of paper, please. On a separate piece of paper, okay? So nicely divide the answers of these questions, okay? Thank you very much. I want you to turn the page and go to page 112. Okay, my dear students, now we go to page 112, okay? In the vocabulary skill, we have using dictionary, okay? I know you have, studied how to use the dictionary when you want to look up a word, you don't know, a new word. And we have another important part of using dictionary, guys, and which is when you look up a word, you know, in the dictionary, and it is also important to look for grammatical information of that word. Okay, what do we mean by grammatical information? So this is the grammatical information, the part of speech, whether it's a noun, adjective, or you know, adverb, the plural form of the, you know, noun, of, for example, company, you know, companies, and whether it is countable or uncountable. Guys, this is important, because when you don't know if a word is countable or uncountable, okay, so you will not be able to use it, you know, correctly. So, but once you know it, you know, if it is countable or uncountable, you will have a better idea, you know. And I want you to, you know, pay attention to this. You know, C is written, as you can see here. Okay, this is a sign for, you know, a countable noun. When you see this letter, that means the word is countable. But when you see U, that means it is, you know, uncountable. Okay, and nouns, you know, can have regular forms. You know, when you make them plural, plural nouns have regular and irregular form. For example, company, companies, this is regular, but child, children, this is irregular. Okay, and the verb also has, you know, regular and irregular forms, and adjective and adverbs, you know, as well. They both have, you know, irregular comparative forms. Okay, you all know all of those. That was just a, you know, reminder. Guys, when you go to activity A, this asks you to, you know, look at these words. For example, number 1, which words are uncountable? So this is asking you to use your dictionary. Okay, you can double check these words, you know, in your dictionaries, or if you don't have your dictionary, you can use it. You can use you know, a dictionary online. Okay, Google it and see if which one of these 3, okay, is uncountable. Which words are uncountable? Circle them. For example, happiness is uncountable because you can't count it. Okay, you can't say I have 4 happinesses. Okay, that's impossible. But you can say there are 5 participants in the game. Okay, we have 5 advantages of, you know, using mobile phone, you know, in our era or in this century, for example. Okay, and in number 2 it says, what is the plural form of each of these nouns? So you have to look these nouns, you know, up in the dictionary, and the dictionary tells you the plural form, you know, like life, lives. Okay, like this one. But and number 3, it says, what is the simple past of each of these phrases? The simple past. Okay, for example, break down, it becomes broke down, because you're talking about past. Burst into, what does it become of this? Okay, shine at. Okay, so using the dictionary will help you to do, you know, those things. My dears, when you go to page 113 in our writing section. Okay, my dears, for, you know, our writing section, okay, we have unity in a paragraph. But, you know, first, I want to tell you the meaning of unity. Unity, when they say that there is unity in this paragraph, for example, okay, that means all the parts of this paragraph, they work together. They all support, you know, a single idea. They all support a single idea. Okay, there isn't any unrelated information in this paragraph. Okay, for example, this paragraph is about technology. Okay, we do not have any information about sport in this paragraph. Okay, so that means the paragraph has unity. Why? Because all the sentences in this paragraph, they all, you know, they each support the main idea. Okay, a paragraph is a group of sentences about a single idea. The topic sentence introduces the audience, you know, to the topic. The concluding sentence may summarize the contents of the paragraph. Okay, we already studied this. The sentences in the middle provide details to support the main idea. So the sentences in the middle. So on the top we have the topic sentence, you know, at the bottom we have the concluding sentence, and in the middle. Sentences in the middle provide, you know, details to support the main idea. All the sentences in the paragraph should be about the same idea. The sentences should be closely related to each other. This gives the paragraph unity. So as I said, you know, when the sentences are closely related to each other, that means the paragraph has unity. Okay? Sentences or ideas that are not closely related to the main idea, those are irrelevant, my dears. When something is irrelevant, meaning it is not related to something else. Okay? It is something totally different. They do not help explain and support the main idea. To be relevant, your sentences should, okay, be directly related to the main idea, all the sentences. Support the main idea, but not repeat it. So your sentences should support the main idea, but it doesn't have to, you know, repeat the main idea. Your sentences should give information and detail to support the main idea, okay? Not introduce an entire new idea in that is different from the topic sentence. So you can't, when your paragraph is about sport, you can't talk about technology in a paragraph which is about sport, okay? That is the idea. When you edit your reading, remove or change any sentences that are irrelevant, okay? If all the sentences, you know, clearly contribute to the main idea, your paragraph, you know, will have unity. If all of your sentences are clearly related to the main idea, that means your paragraph, you know, has unity. We have something else which is called transition word. Transition meaning when you transit, you know, you go from something to something else smoothly. Also keeps your paragraph unified, okay? Transition words help your paragraphs read smoothly from one sentence to the next. You know, they help the reader to see the connection between ideas. Transition words are used to help the reader to see the connection between the ideas. For example, we have when you want to add an idea in a paragraph, you use and, besides, finally, further, to, next, in addition, also, first, or second. You can use any of those. When you want to give an example, you say for example or for instance. Or when you want to emphasize, okay, when you want to put stress on an idea, you say, yeah, definitely, obviously, okay, clearly, always, all the time, certainly, doubtlessly, okay, without, you know, having any doubt. So you should use transition words in your paragraph, guys. It's important, okay, to link sentences or to provide examples or to, you know, put stress on your ideas. Okay, I hope you understood the whole idea of unity. Now I want you to go to, you know, the first activity. We have A. Okay, my dears, for example, you know, in activity A, writing model. Writing model meaning writing sample. This is a sample of a paragraph, okay? You read this paragraph carefully, then you answer, you know, following questions on the next page. Okay, my dears, I have put in the main idea of this paragraph in a circle. Look at this. Many workers today have different options about how and where they work. This is the main idea of your paragraph. I want you to read it all and pay attention to transition words. Okay, pay attention to those and see how the writer used transition words to add information. Information. And once you finished reading that, you come to these three questions. You know, the first one I did, circle the topic sentence that has the main idea. I circled the topic sentence, you know, you all saw. Number two, how many supporting sentences are there? Underline them. So I want you to underline the supporting sentences. Okay. Number three, are all the sentences in the paragraph about the same idea? Do you see any sentence which isn't about the main idea? Do you see any strange sentence in this? Okay, so that is done. Once you are done with that, you go to activity B. Here we have what? We have another model. You know, we have, you know, two samples of paragraphs. It says circle the main idea. I circled the first one. Then cross out any unrelated, my dears, okay, pay attention to this, unrelated sentences that don't support the main idea. Okay, so you have to read these two paragraphs carefully. First you have to, you know, determine or select the main idea and select the conclusion. Whatever is in between, okay, that is the supporting sentence. But look for unrelated sentences. if you see any unrelated sentence in any of these paragraphs, please, draw a line on the sentence. Draw a line on the sentence. Okay? So this is a practice. This is a practice activity for you guys. Okay? And when we go to activity C, okay, it says use the transition words from this box to fill these blanks. Okay, but this totally depends, on understanding. So you need to understand this paragraph, completely. Then you can, fill it out with these transition words. I did 3 of these blanks. If you want to start a new school, there are several things you must consider. First, you need to think about what age group you will teach. Next, you must decide on the curriculum, the subject matter that you will teach. For instance, will you teach driving or will you teach photography? Okay, I want you to fill out the other blanks. It's very easy. Okay, it totally needs your understanding of the paragraph. Okay, my dears, now we go to page 115. Okay, here we have what? We have another writing model. Okay, I see. You may ask me, okay, my dear students, you may ask me, why do I love these, writing samples? These are, great for you, to teach you how to, use unity. Okay, how unity is used in these paragraphs. Okay, how, for example, transition words are used. Okay, these are, great to, show you, not only, to explain the importance of unity, to show you the importance of unity. Okay, so please do your best to do these writing models. Okay, do not skip these. If you have any problems, you can contact me, you can tell me. My dears, in activity D, it says read the model paragraph describing a plan for a new school. So this is a plan for a new school. Okay, first you have to read the paragraph, okay, twice or thrice, even if you have to 4 times. Okay, and then you come to these questions, you answer these questions. Okay, the first one says, what is the main idea of the paragraph? I put that in a circle for you guys. I am going to start a new cooking school in our neighborhood. So the school is, all about cooking. This new school will be for college graduates who are living away from their families. So those those students who graduate, newly from college, okay, and they live in another city, to find jobs. This school is for those people who don't know how to cook. In our school, we will offer classes in the morning and in the evening to fit different schedules. Also, our classes will teach the easiest and most delicious dishes. In addition, students can study specialized subjects. For example, there will be courses on making soups and on baking. How to make, soups and how to, bake cake and bread and that kind of stuff. The classes will be taught by experienced cooks from a variety of backgrounds. I will make sure that there are not too many students in one class. We will get money from wealthy people and companies to help pay for the school. Finally, okay, do you see this transition word? Okay, finally. We will regularly ask experts to give us ideas on how to make the school better. I am sure that our school will be popular and successful. So that was the paragraph. As you can see, it's all about, setting up a school, okay, building a school, which is, for cooking, which, teaches cooking lessons. And you have these questions about this. How many transition words do you see? Circle them. How many? For example, 5 or 10 or 20. Write down the number and circle them. For example, I found finally. I put that in a circle. Do all the ideas help support the main idea? Okay, you see, you can see more than one idea in this paragraph. Okay, all about the cooks, about their lessons, about the financial sources to keep the school going. Okay, they ask companies and rich people to help them. Do all of those ideas support the main idea? The single main idea. What are 2 additional ideas that the writer could add? Okay, my dears, for this one, I want you to imagine that you are the writer of this paragraph, okay? And you want to add 2 more sentences to this, okay? What would you add for this one, okay? This is totally, based on your opinion. So use your opinion. What do you like? What would you like to add for this paragraph? For example, I would like to add another idea. And I will pay, for example, high salary to the teachers who will be teaching in this, school. Okay, for example, that's one idea. And use your mind and imagination. You can add, more ideas. Once you're done with that, you come to brainstorm. Okay, so you brainstorm ideas. Here, my dears, you have a chance, okay, to build your own school. Okay, it says brainstorm ideas about a plan for a special new school. What will the school be like? Who will be the students? Okay, what will you teach? It might be a school for languages or photography or driving or anything. Okay, my dears. For example, this school is for, language, math, and science. We have these, for example, this is my school. I have language classes, math and science. Okay, and I will bring teachers, British teachers, American teachers, and Kurdish teachers as well. Okay, and the students, they will be, pupils, very, young students, young adults, and teenagers. But I didn't write down the rules, okay, because I want you to suggest, to me some rules for my school. Okay. And what I want you to do for this one, imagine each of you. I want each of you to imagine that you are building a school for yourselves. Okay? What do you like to teach in that school? Do you like to teach language, photography, driving, or anything else? Okay? Fill out these boxes with whatever information you love and you like. Okay? This is totally up to you. Once you are done with this, okay, you have to, you go to page 116, and we have activity F. In activity F, our job is to put all the information here in a paragraph, just like this one. Okay? For example, you have all the information here. I have all the information here. The only thing, or the last thing I have to do is to write down all the information here in a paragraph. Okay? 5 to 6 lines would be enough. If you want to do, more than that, it's totally okay. Okay, so that is your job for this activity as well. My dears, this is how we end today's lesson, page 116. And I will, explain the rest of the unit in the next lesson. I am, happy to have been, of help to you, my dear students, to have, provided, enough explanation with the topics and those, unclear topics which you might have had problems, with. And, I am delighted that you are doing well, all of you, and I hope those who are not, who have, shortcoming in their homeworks, okay, they can catch up, because this is for your own good, not mine. And I am ready, I am available, okay, to help you. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening and watching, and bye bye.